This is a new video by Pansy. And he's asking if our boss alt's worth it in 2024. No. Okay, like I'm just gonna tell you right now, no. I think that you can get. He's probably gonna tell you yes. I can't be. I don't know about you guys, but like I am not gonna tell a new player that it's like super worth it to do. If you have a bunch of boss ults, it's kind of like a chore. You're in the middle grinding. You got to swap to your Zarka ult. You're in the middle of life skilling. You got to go to Karanda. The only two bosses that are typically worth it for a player is going to be like Vel and Garmoth. Now, obviously, you will make money going to these bosses. It can be really good. I just don't like doing it because I feel like I can make more money. I'll be honest. I'm not going to do anything in the game that I don't want to do. And that's what it comes down to. I don't want to go to bosses, so I don't. Just like I don't do boss splits. I don't want to do that either. Like, there's a lot of stuff in Black Desert. At a certain point, you just have to accept that. There's a lot of stuff in Black Desert that is super worth it to do, but you just need to decide, do you want to do this? And then only do the things that you want to do. Because otherwise, you end up in a situation where, like Lost Ark, where you're just doing chores every day. Like, if you keep doing, oh yeah, I have to do this because it's really efficient. I have to do this because it's really efficient. I have to do this because it's, and then I have to do this too. Like, so many people do Pit of Undying, boss splits, and all this other stuff. And by the time they finish their farms, their boss splits, their Pit of Undying, their boss ults and stuff, they've lost all their active playtime for the day, and they don't get to spend any time doing the stuff that they actually want to do. So to me, no, boss ults are not worth it because I don't like to do it. If you like the idea of going to a big boss and potentially getting some loot from it, then absolutely. But like, you need to pick and choose what you actually want to do in the game, because I'll be honest with you, there's tons of stuff that's super like efficient to do, like bosses or like boss splits or whatever, that like you really just shouldn't do unless you want to do those things, because otherwise you're going to have less time enjoying the game and doing the stuff that you want to do. Just my 2 cents on it.
Boss ult's worth it.
All right, so boss ult's worth it in 2024. No.
2024 on Black Desert Online. That's what I'm gonna find out in this.
Why is this so
video?
blurry?
I'm gonna
maximum...
get some light on it. As we've seen in the recent patch notes on Global Labs, they're going to be adding new furniture items for bosses. That's going to be the Zarka statue and the Karanda statue, and these are.
Wow. No, still not gonna do it. Thanks for asking, though.
They're absolute.
These are really cool. I think that I like them adding these statues to the game for people that like doing boss runs, right? It's like a cool extra thing for the people that actually like doing bosses, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna do it because of this.
Goated. Currently, some of the best heads that you use while grinding are the Shadow Lion heads, and these give you
never do seasons.
15
Good.
AP when you use them.
Good.
And if you have the special variants, that's going to last for 3 hours. The regular variants are going to last for 1 hour. These Zarka and the Karanda heads, they're going to give you 15.
Bro, she kind of a piece, bro. Who is that, bro? Sitting there. What outfit is that? Is that the Rose Noir? That's kind of hitting, bro. These are really good. These are like kind of bis. I would just buy them off the market, to be honest. So I would let other people go. But like, that makes world bosses way better. Plus, they look really cool in your residence. Like, I'm not saying that the house buffs aren't good. Those are bis house buffs for sure. Because apparently they give both buffs. It's pretty crazy.
AP as well, but the Zarka is going to give you 100 HP, and the Karanda is going to.
If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. It's definitely like worth it to have boss ults in 2024, but like, I do not recommend doing it. There's a lot of stuff that's worth doing in the game, guys. I don't recommend doing it unless you want to do it, because otherwise you end up doing chores all day, and then you don't get to play the game the way you want to. It's annoying.
Give you 100 stamina on top of it.
I don't want to do chores. I want to play the game
in terms of stats, but also the duration. The Zarka statue and the Karanda statue are going to last 2 hours each, and you can upgrade them to a 5-hour variant versus the 1 hour and the 3 hour for the Master Special and the Master Stuffed Shadowline head. So they're going to be better in terms of effect and duration.
If I use those at the same time, do they stack? Very likely not. You can only typically have one house buff at a time.
You're going to be able to buy the base version of the statues on the marketplace. Hopefully they'll be selling for a good price. I want to see them sell for at least a bill.
That's a Dark Knight.
Hopefully that way we can get some more money while doing boss alts and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. If you guys are hoarding Shadowline heads, they might drop soon, so make sure you dump them. Don't maintain too much of an inventory, because once the new statues come out on the market, they might cause the Shadowlines to crash. So let's take a look at my boss alts. I got several of them, so I got them at all the major bosses. I'm thinking about making them for field bosses, which I'm probably not going to. Considering how field bosses work right now.
What? Okay, tell me I'm wrong about this. Field bosses give better loot than world bosses. Tell me I'm wrong right now. I think field boss, if you're gonna do one of the two, bro, you're doing the field bosses every time, bro. Screw the world bosses, man. Like, why are you doing this? Bro, the mythical feathers are best value. You're getting value out of those things, man.
And I was also considering putting them up for Dark Rifts. I just let them drop down to level 1 and then put a boss alt there. I don't know. I'm gonna just test them out right now. I had everything degrade to level 1 right now, so I'm gonna try to kill them on some alts and see how quickly I'm killing them. If I feel like I wanna just do it on one character, just run through. But a tier 10 Pegasus, I can cover the ground pretty quick, so it's not a big deal, but I'll think about it. As far as the field bosses right now, my main's gonna be designated with that since it has the tier 10 Pegasus, so we got the mythical horse there.
So he's still doing field bosses. Okay, Pansy, Pansy, what's going on here right now? What is this? What am I? Bro, who hurt you? What is that? What's wrong with your farmer? Like, you don't have to make him like a traditional southern farmer, you know, like it looks like she's sleeping with her dad. Or that actually mom was dad's like sister, and then like this is the offspring. Like, what is that? What are we doing? Number one. Number two, do you see exactly what I mean, guys? He's got a farming alt. Okay, so he's spending time doing his farms, right? He's spending time going to every single world boss with all these alts. He's spending time going to field bosses on his main. How much active playtime do you think that is? That's like an hour and a half to 2 hours. How much time do you have in the day to play BDO? That's an hour and a half to 2 hours you could have spent doing something that you actually want to do instead of just doing something because you think it's efficient. I'm just saying. It's just not.
It's going to be able to cover the most ground there. But in terms of the other world bosses, so for Garmoth, I got an archer over there. Sorry, I got a ranger over there. I get mixed up because I have an archer and ranger in my archer.
They do look very similar. Gender locked my ass.
His name is I'm Ranger, so it happens. So for Garmoth, we got the
his archer's name is I'm Ranger. Well, that didn't help.
Archer. For Vel, we have a baby alt that's been there since 2020, and she's never seen the sight of land since then. We got my archer and
Is he still jobless? So he'd have all day, lol. Yeah, but we're talking about should you do it, right? Should the viewer do this? You know what I mean? I'm just giving my 2 cents.
We got a wizard on Karanda's Ridge. My Corsair is at Nuver. My DK is at Zarka, and I got a Megu at Offen. So far I've been able.
This dude's doing Offen Tet
to hit a few bosses, and it's been okay. I mean, the loot's been pretty lackluster for the current economy. Once upon a time, these were actually really good loot and stuff. Like Karanda, I got a dandy box right off the bat, first kill, and this would have been amazing back in 2020 or, you know, maybe earlier. Like in
I did Karanda probably like 86 times, something like that. I got a bunch of late Naras for it. I did Karanda like 86 times or something back in the day. Never got this box.
Just resubscribed for 3 months.
She has never put out for me. Not one time. I hate Karanda. I hate it. She gave me Karanda's heart on like the first day it came out, and that was it. But like everybody else got it too, because that thing drops like candy from Stormbringer.
2016, 2017, around those days, it would have been like the best thing in the world. But now it's pretty, you know, it's pretty cheap because we can make a lot.
I got
of
my
silver.
Tet Ogre from the 4th Karanda back in the day. That's actually crazy. Yeah. So after a while, to improve how bosses work, they gave you Belongings of a Lost Adventurer, I think is called the box, guys. And you could technically pull a Tet Ogre ring out of that box, but it was like at a 0.001%. So can we get some reported spams in the chat? Can you report someone for something that happened in 2018?
In a lot of grind spots now, so in terms of just money, I don't see this being a big thing. But right now there is an event going on, so we do get these old moon boss seals, which you can exchange for some pretty decent.
Yeah, we have a new emote for you.
Stuff, so I'm going to be cashing in on those, and I'm just going to be keeping an eye on the loot and just seeing what we get. Like, you know, some of them do pay out pretty decently for the effort. I mean, this requires no loot scrolls, no consumables whatsoever. You just log in, hit the boss, AFK, and come and loot it. Or if you're like me, you're just DPSing on a little baby all, just, you know,
yeah, it's really
dragon,
easy,
right? So I'm going to try this.
Like, if you're not doing anything, it's okay to have the ults there, and if you're not doing anything, okay, yeah, Karanda spawned, I'm only running around Velia doing laps, talking to people in Discord, I might as well go, right? That's totally fine, but like, you shouldn't do these like a chore.
For a few weeks, and I'll let you guys know if it's worth it or not, and you guys can go try it for yourself, and let me know in the comment section if you guys are doing any alt bosses and stuff. It is worth it if you are a newer player, because you want that Karanda heart and the Kudum heart. Those are really good to have. They're good alternatives to a Garmot's heart.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. And do you know how a normal player is going to get that? There it is. Put an order down. You'll have it in a day. Just saying. But he's not wrong. They're good money. Definitely super worth it.
Especially for that one crystal slot right off the rip. If you can get a Karanda's heart from Stormbringer Karanda, that'll unlock an additional crystal until you can get yourself a Garmot's heart. Those can be pretty expensive, and you need to get lucky to get it from a main drop. And the Kudum's heart, it just gives you a little bit extra special attack.
Kudum is like the Crystal Slayer, man.
Evasion, you know, something nice to put on the offhand. So they're not bad at all. So if you're a newer player, it's definitely worth having boss halts out there. But in terms of monetary value, we're gonna find out.
It's kind of sad that I know that's a mystic just because of how she's walking. I've played too much BDO. Also the hairstyle.
You know, tune into my streams. They're going to be starting up soon. Tune into my YouTube channel.
It is
like,
the Rose
comment, subscribe
Noir.
if you haven't. And once I find out a bit more in terms of the monetary value of killing these bosses, I'll try to update you guys. All right, that's it for this video. Catch you guys soon.
No, I think monetarily they're super good. It's a good video. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it because, like, again, if you do all of these things, like, there's going to be a million guides that tell you, oh yeah, this is super worth it. Pit of Undying, super worth it. Farming is super worth it. The boss alts are super worth it. The field bosses are super worth it. And by the end of the day, you haven't gotten to do a single thing that you actually wanted to do on your class. So, like, just be careful about that, guys. There's the video right there. Make sure you go interact with it. We love Pansy. You got to pick and choose. That's right. It's not like Lost Ark where you have dailies and weeklies you got to do every day. There's a lot of really nice stuff to do in the game. You just pick and choose what you want to do.